Right, welcome back to the channel. New video. No, she's not broken. Just doing some maintenance on it. So, my plan today, I'm going to do my gearbox oil. I'm taking this away on the road trip next week. It's going to be a great time actually, one hell of an adventure. So I've been working like mad over the last few weeks. I haven't managed to do any videos, but I've been prepping for this trip. So I'm fully ready to go, everything's booked, everything's sorted. Sod's law though, innit? I was out in this the other day and it's just a bit clunky on the gearbox. I thought, right, time to change the oil before I go. Sometimes you think to yourself, and you do all this work and then, you know, why am I doing it? I'm doing it so I can do things like this. So I'm going on one hell of an adventure. It's one of my things I've wanted to do for years. So I'm taking an old 30-year-old Bentley all the way around Europe. So fingers crossed we get there and back all right. I'm going with my brother who's coming along and one of my mates. I managed to talk him into coming. He's the guy that usually does all the driving for me, so if you ever seen him in previous videos when I've said I'm with a driver, he's the chap that's coming along. All expenses have been paid, so I'm covering the whole lot. The business will cover it, I suppose. I've done all right over the last few months, so fingers crossed we get there and back. Like, so today my plan is my gearbox oil, so I'm going to drop this oil, put some nice fresh in. I'm using Manol. I don't know if you can see that, but I always use this. It's Manol Dextron 2 is what goes in this gearbox. It took me ages to try and find out what oil goes in the gearbox. Anyway, when I was checking the oil on the dipsticks, they've got a dipstick in these. Funnily enough, it says it on the dipstick. It says what oil to use and the process you do it. So you do it running, in park, on a level plate, on a level ground, and it says on there Dextron 2. So that's what I'm going to put in. I'm not going to change the filter. Reason for doing that: if something goes wrong, i.e. I snap a bolt or thread something, I won't have enough time to get it repaired in preparation for this trip that we're going away at next week. So I'm just going to do the bare basics. I'm just going to drop the oil and put fresh in, and it can't hurt, can it? So that's the plan. But like I say, road trip next week, so you'll be a couple of videos coming out about that, and wish me luck. Like, but anyway, righto, let's get straight on with this gearbox oil. Right, so the first job is trying to get this sump plug off for the gearbox. It's a 13mm. I'm hoping I can get it with this ratchet here, otherwise I'm going to have to get the bar on it. So yeah, that's the first job, is getting the oil out. Oof. Not much room under it, and I'm on my own today as well, so I've got to be really careful. So if something goes wrong, I'm going to have no one to help me. That's tight. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oops. Yeah, knocked my camera over. Right, I'm going to go and get a bar. Well, I can't find my bar. I think it's in my unit, so I'm just going to use my impact gun. Like I say, I don't like using these, but I've got it on the #1 setting, so it's not ruthless. Oh, she don't like that. Try #2. No, that won't want to come off. She is tight. Try #3. Yeah, that is ridiculously tight. I'm gonna have to try and get the bar on it. I'll have to use my bigger one. I can't find that. Let's hope she will come off now. There we go. I think that'll just come loose. I hope it fucking did. Yeah. So that's just come loose. So now now. I'm just going to try and put that back on one. Just get that so. Doesn't look too bad actually, the oil. I was expecting it to be a lot worse than that, but hopefully that drains off, you know. Yeah, right, so I can't find anything in the service records about having the gearbox oil changed. So I thought, well, I might as well do it. At least then I know I've got fresh oil in there. Because the last thing I want to do is go all the way into Europe with it and then start having problems. So prevention's better than the cure, isn't it? So fingers crossed. A good new load of fresh oil in there should help it along a bit, really. But yeah, so I'm off all round Europe next week. Fingers crossed everything's good, like. I might as well just tell you where I'm going. So we're going down to Dover, getting on the ferry, crossing into France. We're going all the way up into Germany, across then into the Netherlands, back down through The Hague because there's a few things I want to see there, and then all the way back down into Belgium. Couple of days in Belgium, and then back across to France and on the boat on the way home. Fingers crossed that's the plan. Whether it goes like that I don't know, but hopefully that's what happens. Like, well, that's what I'm planning on doing. Like I say, everything's been paid for, so it's all booked, everything's ready to go now, and it's just fuel. That's my main thing. I don't know how much it's going to cost in fuel, but I can imagine she's not going to be cheap. But then again, it is what it is. So as I said, this is the oil I'm going to be using. Manol Dextron 2. Let's just make sure actually they have sent me the right oil before I just stick it in. Hang on. It says 1040 on here. I hope this is the right oil. I don't think this is the right oil. Shit. I should have checked that first, shouldn't I? I'm going to have to stop this and go in there and find out if this is the right oil, because this doesn't look like Dextron 2 to me. Oh, shit. Right, so that was lucky anyway. Good job I checked, wasn't it? 3 hours later, I've managed to find someone who had it in stock. It took me ages to find this. I've never used this brand before. Coma or something like that. I'm not too sure if it's any good. Like, I like me Manols. I know where they are with them. I know the decent oil. Is this just cheap automatic transmission fluid? I don't know, but it's meant to be Dextron 2 is what I'm after. So, well, I've got to put it in, because that's all I've got. And it's better than no oil. So right, where am I up to? Tighten that sump plug up, and then fingers crossed it doesn't leak. So I hope you all can see that. Let me give this a... Oh, I don't want to use it. Just give this a nip up now. Ah, that should be tight enough. Just have a bit of a better one. Oh, she's tight. Perfect. Give that a good wipe off. There's half a chance if it leaks I'll spot it. Right, I don't know where you fill it up from on these, but there is a dipstick tube. I have had a quick look, most people just send it down there, so that's where I'm going to put it, down the middle I think. Right, so I'm going to try and get it in there, down the dipstick tube. I took 5 litres out, so I'll start with putting 5 litres back in. Fingers crossed I can get me funnel. Ugh, you're joking. Let me get some tube. I wonder. Yeah, not a chance. I need something to get me in there a bit closer. Can't get in. Can't take that off. Or can I? I wonder if that comes off. No, remove windscreen wiper relay before removing this cover to gain access to gearbox. Dipstick. Alright, great. So I'd have to take something else off as well. What a joke. I wonder if I can just take this off. I want it to try, isn't it? If that just comes off. Oh no, it's just a cover. So that's giving me a bit more room in here. I'm still very close. Ooh. Just. It says take some relay off, but I haven't had to. Fingers crossed I can just get that in there now. Nipped into town in the shop. Got myself a new hat as well. Show you my new hat in a minute. I don't know why I bought it. I just like it. I thought it looked cool. Fingers crossed. Everything seems to be all right so far. I'm going to take it home now and go and have a quick run in it and see how well she gets on. But like I say, fingers crossed she's all right. But yeah, new hat. This looks cool, man. I don't even know why I got it, but I don't know. I just felt it looked pretty cool, and I do like a hat. A bit weird like that, but yeah, look at my new hat. I thought that looked pretty cool. What a cool little hat. Sick, go on that. Well happy with my new little purchase. Yeah, I've just had to go and grab some stuff for this adventure I'm going on. So, oh man, I swear that's sick, that. Proper. What's his name? I can't think of his name now. In Only Fools and Horses. It's one of them, innit? You'll all remind me and comment in the thing. You know the guy I'm on about. Mickey. Is it Mickey? Mickey Pierce. That's it. That's who I'm thinking of. What a cool hat. Oh, the ends need to go up a bit though. There you go. I think that's better, isn't it? Or is it meant to be like that? I think it's meant to be like that, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, fingers crossed. She seems to be alright, like. So, all ready to go now, fingers crossed, no more stumbles or anything. But yeah, so we're off on this adventure. Proper can't wait to go now. We're going on Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday night, Monday morning. And then won't be back then till next week Friday, around that sort of time anyway. So I'll put my business on hold for a while. You've got to have a bit of time off, haven't you? You can't just work all the time. Because I always think to myself, what's the point doing it if you don't enjoy it? You know, if you make the money, it's like, well, go and enjoy it as well, innit? It's not just about working all the time. So yeah, let me get this in manual now. Right, so we're in second gear. Oh, she used to be a bit clunky then. She is only warm. It's mad what she'll do. 60 or 7 gear into
they weren't the smoothest of gearboxes anyway. I have been doing my research. Some guy on the YouTube there, he's alright, he's got some guy in America and he does a lot with these, and he was stripping and rebuilding a gearbox the other week, so I was watching him, and he talked about them. He said they weren't the best of, they were good strong gearboxes. Apparently a lot of the Americans were pulling them out and putting them in drift cars back in the day. No, not drift, but drag cars. So, you know, they take a lot of power, so you're not going to break it, but they weren't necessarily the smoothest of gearboxes. Which she's alright sometimes, and she'll be fine on low speed and just changes, you won't even know it's changed. But if you start driving it hard, and obviously I'm going into Germany, I'm going to be on this no speed limits road. I've been putting her into training, if you like. I've been just trying her and see what she'll do and see if she'll take it apart, and she does, she's alright, but that gearbox clumps a bit when I'm tearing it, basically, I should say. But other than that, I think she's ready to go now. Quite happy. Anyway, so I'll catch us all next week sometime. See you later.